Hello, this is a test from the Nikoni.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Dia tahu nih apa sih? Foto-foto.
Good morning.
Morning. I'm Beth from Indonesia.
Hi, yes, I'm in Indonesia also, di Bali.
Oh, di Bali.
Iya.
Saya dari Manado.
Lokasi di Manado sekarang?
Yeah,
Aha,
that's right. Yeah.
good.
Bali dekat Mataram ya?
Iya, sangat dekat Mataram. Tapi belum berani. Sebenarnya sih kerja di sana, hanya masih belum berani ke sana dulu. Karena akses belum terlalu ini ya,
Oke.
belum lancar.
Ya. Ini belum mulai.
Oke, kayaknya ya.
Padahal
When do we
ya.
know?
Yeah, hello, ladies. Yeah, can you hear
Hi.
me?
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm Nikoni from Taiwan.
Hi, Nico.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Nice
you
to meet you
too.
too.
Hi girls, hi mate. I'm Caesar from Australia. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Good, Caesar. Are you in
How's
Australia at the
Australia?
moment? Oh,
Yes, I am.
okay.
Yes, I am. Yeah, it's supposed to be in my office, but some family things happen. I just next door to the hospital, but it's all good. It's all great.
Which part of Australia are you in?
Brisbane.
Oh, okay. All right. And the situation there, it's okay? No crazy lockdown situations?
No, we already have a pretty normal life in the Queensland side. It's a little bit different in Victoria.
Yeah.
And New South Wales,
Mau share Pak ambil di mana?
he closed down close to Victoria as well.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me properly?
Sorry?
Can you hear me properly?
Yes. I think my speakers aren't so, my earphones aren't so great.
Good. So yeah, Victoria has problems because they didn't handle the situation properly, and they are with a big cases still in Australia. So Queensland, yeah, we have no cases at all in the up middles for a long time already.
Okay.
So we're living a normal life. We're just afraid of the boundaries and people that's coming and going. That's it.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things also, what you're saying, the fear, like the afraid of people coming and going. That's really prominent in everyone now across the world. So, you know.
That's right.
Big impact on tourism. So,
I believe people, they don't take responsibility.
Yeah. We'll get there.
So, where's the mediator? Yeah, where's the mediator?
Hello.
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 Oh,
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good
halo,
morning.
udah masuk kan suara?
I took a picture of all of us and then I sent for you guys.
Okay.
Cobain lagi. Minta. Ya, partisipan terus. Attender.
People from everywhere checking in.
Apa namanya?
Great.
Sudah?
Tes.
Siapa?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Putrawan.
Pak Bibi kok nggak boleh kelihatan.
OPG RSTU. Nggak ada ini.
Pak baru masuk ya.
Oh, udah. Ada di sini.
Ah, dia.
So,
Udah di panelis.
Kok belum kelihatan dia?
Ya sana masih baru dihidupkan.
Pak. Kalau ini di sini adanya.
Oke. Oh, kelihatan di sana?
Kelihatan nggak?
Hi, Habibi.
Hi, how are you? Prof Nick. Panas tuh. Webnya.
Ibu
Halo,
Beberapa.
udah masuk panelis ya?
Ya.
Udah masuk panelis?
Marina, saya.
How are you, Habibi?
Ya, Pak Putra.
morning.
Udah masuk.
Good morning.
Gambar masuk kan semua? Suara?
Pak Bibi,
Oke.
dengar suara saya?
Ya, Pak.
Oke.
Okay, we are happy to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. So, Prof. Nico, what time is that in Taipei?
Yeah, it's the same time.
Oh, same time with us.
The same time as the Lombard. Yeah, it's the same time.
Okay, great. And what about you, Professor? Is that 10 o'clock or 11
No,
o'clock?
it's 2 hours ahead. It's 12.
Ah.
12
You just finished the brunch.
yeah, I gotta start the lunch.
Yes.
Okay, we are
Ambil aja kursi sini.
we are now in the middle of COVID-19, and we hope everyone is safe, stay healthy, and everyone will happy to join this webinar. Okay, can I start the webinar today, ladies and gentlemen?
Ya, sure.
Okay. So today we welcome you to the international webinar. The topic, the umbrella topic is the tourism under COVID-19, the downfall of tourism, and the effort to restart. We have more than 190 participants, but according to the Zoom quota, we have only received 100 participants, and the rest will be join us through the YouTube live stream. And of course, we will provide the e-certificates also from the participants that join us in the YouTube live streams. So today we will have 5 different topics. with different outstanding person as the presenters. The participants also from different countries. We welcome the participants and presenters in this webinar. Thank you so much. Today we will have opening remarks from the head of Mataram Tourism Institute, Bapak Dr. Halus Mandala, and we will have 5 topics. The first topic is about the grand design of policy from the Ministry of Tourism of Republic Indonesia. And we will have the topics also from Prof. Cesar from Australia, from AHM Consultancy, help the governments to make the new normal protocols for tourism. And we have also Ibu Prof. Bet from Manado State Polytechnic. Welcome, Ibu. I hope that we can meet you one day soon. Because now Manado and Lombok is very close, yeah, Ibu. And we have also Ibu Marina Tayyip here, the Managing Director from Ombak. And Ibu Marina also will present the industries, short-term survival and long-term recovery. And the last but not least, Prof. Nico from Taiwan.
Yes, it's me.
Hello, Prof. Nico.
Yeah.
He's from National Tsinghua University. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, we start first with the opening remarks from Dr. Halus Mandala. For your time, we proceed.
Oke, terima kasih, thank you. Para narasumber yang saya hormati, berbahagia di pagi hari ini kita bisa bersua dalam acara webinar. Izinkan saya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia. Saya kebetulan jurusan bahasa Indonesia. Saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih bahwa kita semua bisa berjumpa dalam webinar membahas tourism di bawah under COVID, yang mana kita tahu bahwa COVID-19 ini telah memporak-porandakan perekonomian dunia, khususnya dalam bidang pariwisata. Kebetulan, Sekolah Tinggi Pariwisata Mataram adalah lembaga tinggi pendidikan pariwisata yang berkecimpung dalam bidang pariwisata, ingin berkontribusi, ingin berpartisipasi di masa COVID-19 ini, kemudian sharing informasi, menghimpun pandangan para pakar, dan kolaborasi dari berbagai negara untuk menemukan solusi, strategi membangun kembali, dan kebijakan strategis menghadapi COVID-19 yang entah sampai kapan ini akan berakhir. Hal ini penting dilakukan sebagai upaya mengurangi dampak negatif perekonomian ke depan. Hadirin, para narasumber yang berbahagia, kita telah merasakan COVID-19 ini telah memicu krisis ekonomi global. Dan krisis seperti ini tidak pernah terjadi sebelumnya. Dan tentu mengejutkan bagi dunia. Karenanya, dampak langsung dan sangat kuat dirasakan adalah dalam bidang pariwisata. Pariwisata global sangat terpukul sepanjang tahun 2020 dan mungkin seterusnya. Dan kita ingin hal ini segera berakhir dengan dapat mengatasi dengan berbagai upaya tertentu. Sebagai ilustrasi, dampak yang dirasakan secara nasional yaitu rata-rata terjadi penurunan aktivitas pariwisata. Misalnya industri selam mencapai 100% paket mengalami pembatalan. Dalam bidang spa 90% terjadi penurunan. Demikian juga wahana rekreasi mencapai 90% penurunan. Industri event itu 84% juga terjadi penurunan. Bahkan biro perjalanan anjlok sampai 94,1%. Hadirin, itu secara nasional. Secara global, kedatangan wisatawan mancanegara diestimasikan pada bulan Januari 2020 meningkat 4%. Tapi faktanya menurun drastis menjadi 1%. Artinya dunia kehilangan atau hilangnya pendapatan sekitar 30 sampai 50 miliar dolar Amerika dari pengeluaran wisatawan mancanegara. Dan wilayah Asia Pasifik merupakan wilayah yang paling berdampak, di mana terjadi penurunan 9 sampai 12% dari estimasi pada bulan Januari sekitar 5 sampai 6%. Untuk lebih lengkap gambarannya, data dari Kemenpar per bulan Maret sampai April 2020 yang dihimpun dari data statistik dan data PHRI pada bulan itu, kunjungan wisman atau wisatawan mancanegara anjlok mencapai 74,44% dibandingkan pada bulan yang sama tahun sebelumnya atau rata-rata per tahun. Berikutnya, sekitar 1.174 hotel ditutup di 3 provinsi, walau kemudian ada yang membuka kembali. Dari segi tingkat kunjungan, rata-rata di bawah 10%. Itu data dari PHRI pada bulan Maret. Dampaknya bagi para pelaku dan pekerja pariwisata adalah pekerja harian dirumahkan dan tidak menerima pekerja magang, serta tidak memperpanjang kontrak karyawan, dan bahkan mewajibkan beberapa karyawan untuk ambil atau untuk mengambil day off. Dalam webinar ini, kita berharap terungkap upaya-upaya. Misalnya kita berharap ada grand design, memasuki fase baru, sambil memerangi virus, kita mencoba membuka kembali simpul-simpul pariwisata, dan pemerintah telah bergerak dari respon krisis ke persiapan pemulihan. Berikutnya kita banyak negara atau kita mendengar banyak negara telah bergerak menuju new normal. Kita ingin memperoleh informasi lengkap tentang hal itu. Industri mengambil langkah-langkah siap memulai kembali. Mulai dari short term, medium, and long term recovery. Dan kita akan coba dengarkan pada webinar kali ini. Selanjutnya, bagaimana meningkatkan strategi manajemen krisis untuk mempersiapkan pariwisata berkelanjutan. Tentu itu menjadi hal yang penting. Dan yang pasti, membuka kembali pariwisata tidaklah mudah. Dan karena itu butuh pendekatan yang terukur. Butuh best practice dalam mengelola pariwisata di masa new normal. Itulah yang kita inginkan dari webinar pada hari ini. Dan pada akhirnya kita ingin menghasilkan output dari webinar ini adalah menghasilkan kesamaan persepsi sebagai upaya restarting pariwisata secara global. Dan kita ingin memetik hikmah sebagai pembelajaran terbaik dari peristiwa COVID-19 ini. Itu yang pertama yang kita inginkan. Dan yang kedua, kita menginginkan adanya hasil strategi membangun kembali pariwisata di masa new normal dan menjadikan acuan dalam mengambil kebijakan menghadapi krisis di masa depan menuju pembangunan pariwisata berkelanjutan. Dan lebih-lebih dari itu, kami ingin membangun silaturahmi, partnership, kolaborasi semua stakeholder dalam membangun pariwisata yang tangguh di masa depan. Itulah yang sebenarnya yang menjadi harapan dari kegiatan webinar pada pagi hari ini. Saya secara khusus ingin menyampaikan ucapan terima kasih yang mendalam kepada para narasumber yang telah berkenan memberikan kontribusinya, meluangkan waktunya untuk pagi hari ini bersama-sama dengan kita mencarikan solusi yang sedang kita bersama-sama hadapi. Demikian pengantar dari saya. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Terima kasih.
Baik Pak Halus, the head of our Sekolah Tinggi Pariwisata, for the opening remarks. We would like to invite the presenters today. At first, we would like to invite Bapak Antariksa as the first of our presenter today from the Ministry of Tourism, Republic of Indonesia. For Bapak Antariksa, your time is start from now.
Good morning. Terima kasih Pak Habibie. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I can see the participant is Professor Bet from Poltek Manado. Mr. Chin Cheng Ni. Good morning, sir. I'm currently using my laptop and my phone since I cannot appear in my laptop, but I can appear in my phone. I think there's something wrong with my laptop. And good morning to Mr. Caesar Hasselman, Pak Halus Mandala, Pak Rektor. Selamat pagi.
Good morning, mate. How are you?
And Ibu Marina Tayyip ya, ada di Bali ya. As I speak, I currently in Mataram today. I'm doing webinar from the Office of Tourism office in Nusa Tenggara Province. So this is a very good moment for me to represent Pak Mr. Deputy to address the presentation. The presentation I will address in Bahasa, and I will try to address it also in English, so Mr. Caesar, Mr. Chin Cheng Ni can follow my presentation. Pak Putra, the presentation. In this presentation, I will bring the topic about the strategic for tourism and economic creative during the COVID-19 in Indonesia. Pak Habibie, bisa ditayangkan paparannya? Can you play the presentation, Pak Habibie? Okay, so the highlight is we are all entering the new normal phase all around the world, and we all know this pandemic of COVID-19 is damaging the tourism all over the world, especially in Indonesia. And the past month is very hard for all of us since many of the tourism destination is closed, the hotel is closed, even the airlines, and we have PHK around the all of industry, and it's also hard for the ministry as well to deal with this COVID, but life must go on, so we have to prepare new strategy to deal with this pandemic. And on this next slide, please, Pak Habibie. Okay, this next slide is the new trend of tourism in the new normal era. Tren pariwisata akan mengalami perubahan. Pandemi COVID menimbulkan disruption, and tourism will make first about the safety aspect and hygiene. Also, the government, the industry, and the stakeholder need to adapt with this situation and need to innovate as a result or as a response to the changing to increase and to reduce the effect of COVID in the next wave. I hope will be no next wave. And you can see from the presentation, we have amenity, access, attraction, promotion, and people. On the first column is the before the pandemic of COVID-19. You can see the amenities is travel preference to accommodation who give the lowest budget or the harga promo. But after the pandemic COVID-19, the traveler preference is to star hotel with hygiene aspect. So we are moving to hygiene aspect, and also from the access before the price of the fare both from air, sea, and land is the main consideration when doing traveling. When transit time and hygiene is the next consideration. But after the pandemic COVID-19, the direct flight or maximum one-time transit with maximum duration 3 hours will be the first consideration, and also the term and condition for the hygiene aspect when you're crossing a border, like you must have a rapid test or the swab test, will be strengthened by the all of the border office. And the attraction, the travel preference is looking for the viral attraction, also near or even in the city area. But after the pandemic COVID-19, the preference is for the outdoor activity which have the open air, self-driving, and also a private tour with less people, because less people means more safety. From the promotion aspect, before the pandemic is mass tourism, like going to the beach, like in the theme park, like going to the movie or shopping. But after the COVID-19, the segment is moved to premium class tourism. And the last is for the people before the COVID-19 is the training of human resources in the tourism aspect is for the competency aspect. We train the human resources for the competition aspect. And after the COVID-19, we strengthen the standard operating procedure, safety and hygiene for all the human resources. So we can see now when we are entering a hotel, when we first arrive, they will check our temperature by using a thermogun. After that, they are heading us, point us to wash your hand, and also they will clean our baggage with disinfectant spray in most of the hotel in the 5-star hotel. Next slide. Pak Habibie bisa di next slide. Okay, next slide. This is the new trend also. From the attraction, airport and airlines, product preference, accommodation, hygiene labeling. Also for the first column is the before the pandemic, and the second column is after pandemic. Attraction, we are looking for mass tourism. We're looking for crowdness. We're going to place with lots of people. We're going to the theme park. But after pandemic, physical distancing and the capacity, the carrying capacity of the tourism destination. When I go to the Grand Indonesia Mall in Jakarta, each store now they put a maximum number of customer that allowed to be at the store. Like when I enter the shoe store, like a Nike store, the the site is only for 10 customer only. If there's already 10 people inside, they will ask you to wait outside the store and then waiting for the customer inside to finish this transaction, and then you can go inside. The next is airport and airlines. Before the pandemic, we are looking for Wi-Fi and also the length of the transit time, also for the price. We're looking for the cheap price. Everybody looking for the low carrying cost flight. And after the pandemic, we are looking for the sanitation facility and less transit time and also a direct flight, since that will reduce the possibility of us getting the virus of COVID-19. Next, the product preference. Still, we are looking for the crowd attraction, the city attraction, and also a tour group before the pandemic. And after the pandemic, still we are considering the health, outdoor activity, self-driving, and the private tour. For the accommodation, before the value, the pricing, the type, the crowd, and after pandemic, we're looking for hygiene and sanitation, and the type is more moving to the villa, resort, and others. The last is hygiene labeling. Hygiene labeling before the pandemic is not necessary, but after the pandemic, we always search for the labeling for the hygiene. I currently stay in Hotel Santika in Mataram, and inside my room, all the bathroom amenities is wrapped with plastic. My towel, my hand towel, even for the mattress, it's they put label is already spray with disinfectant. The glass is no longer made of glass, but it's a plastic glass. It's a single-use glass, and the spoon, the fork, they use the only for single use. So it's more hygiene, but I think we will facing another problem is plastic trash, because all the plastic is single use, and then where it will be go. Next slide. Next slide, Pak Habibie. Okay, this is the step of rencana pemulihan. We have two steps: building trust, and the second one is promotion. The building trust for domestic and international is making the documentation video that will describe the government effort in building a tourism destination that apply the cleanliness protocol, health, and safety. We have a CHS protocol with the step as follow. First, penyusunan protokol CHS, and then the second is the training protocol CHS. The third is the simulation of implementation. Next one is the socialization and publication, and the last is uji coba, the trial in the destination. We have already the protocol of CHS, and the Ministry of Tourism and Economic Creative already published the protocol of CHS to hotel, the restaurant, and also the tourism destination that which can be downloaded from our website. Next slide. This is the timeline. Next slide, Pak Habibie. Okay, this is the timeline rencana pemulihan from the month of May until the month of December. You can read. This is the May is the preparation. From June until October is gaining confidence from the both domestic and international, making the promotional content, and from month of October until December is appealing. The placement of promotion content, where we will have the mega farm trip, also the event, MICE event in the month of October until December. Next slide, Pak. This is the type of protocol in tourism sector and economic creative. First is the hotel, second the homestay, third the restaurant, next is the tourism destination, and the five is the art gallery, the cinema, and the next is the movie production and other economic creative. For the next slide is the promotion. We are making a creative video to attract both local and international market that we inform that we already apply the CIS protocol in the airport, start from the arrival until you arrive in the tourism destination. And then the second is the promotion, is the placement of the promotion content in both in social media and outdoor media. And then the last is promotion instead in tourism destination. We have the mega farm trip. The first is call. Call is stand for the key opinion leader. Key opinion leader is like ambassador, the content creator, the influencer. We will invite them for the farm trip. And then the second is media, the tour operator, and then we have kerjasama terpadu untuk penyusunan paket wisata dengan airlines. We have agreement with airlines and hotel. We will help MICE event with bank, with the local industry, and the next is we will help an event as a pull factor. And that's it from me, since the time is also limited, and currently I'm in the tourism office. We have another agenda with Pak Mr. Governor, so I'm signing out from this webinar. I'm sorry I cannot stay until the end of the webinar. We have a very tight schedule, and I'm with Pak Kepala Dinas, with the head of tourism office, and I'm only asked for 30 minutes of the time out, so I must go back to the meeting. And we have another program ongoing. It's called Rebound of Mandalika. We will have activity to clean the beach. We have 3 beaches clean in the next day. Pantai Tanjung Aan, the Tanjung Aan beach, the Gerupuk beach, and also Pantai Kuta Mandalika. And we hope through this activity, it will regain the trust of the tourism and to the tourists to visit Nusa Tenggara Barat, and we hope that the economy will getting better, and the governor will soon reopen officially the tourism in West Nusa Tenggara. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry for if during the address of the meeting I have mistaken, and if you have any question, you can address to Pak Habibi, and I will answer your question from the email. Once again, thank you and have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen. Bapak Ibu, terima kasih Pak Cesar, Mr. Cinceng, Ibu Bet, Ibu Tayeb, Pak Putrawan Habibi. I must sign out from this meeting. Once more, thank you. Salam Pesona Indonesia.
Salam. Terima kasih banyak Bapak Antariksa yang sudah menyempatkan waktu untuk hadir. We really appreciate Pak Antariksa. I know he is very busy today, but I was asking him from yesterday, Pak Antariksa, we need your opinions, we need your perception. So please, just 15 minutes in the meeting, and he was saying yes. That's make us very thankful for today. Thanks, Pak Antariksa.
Thank you, Pak Habibie. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm signing out from this webinar, and I wish you a very pleasant day all. Thank you once more. God bless you all.
Oke, terima kasih lagi sekali Pak Antariksa. Okay, now I think we are very thanks for Pak Antariksa. We will have another 4 topics that we need to discuss today. The second topic will be delivered by Pak Cesar. Pak Cesar from AHM or AHM Consultancy. So your time is in your hand now, Pak Cesar. Thank you.
Thank you, Habib. Hey guys, so first of all, thank you for the opportunity. I'm very happy and glad to be part of it with so many beautiful people and acknowledgeable people from travel industry. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the Minister of Tourism, Halus Mandala, and also for Antariksa, because you make my job easy. We're gonna go through to my presentation. And then you guys already having the hands-on in the summed up of solutions. I'm trying to make this presentation very straightforward. So I have created a kind of a macro vision, which you guys already approach it. So we probably can go very quick in the first slides. And then from there, I have approached how we can really make things consistent in a way that everyone has a kind of checklist that they can go through in case we're talking about specific areas, a specific kind of travel or tours or destination needs. So I make a checklist for you guys, and I have a Dropbox link in a lot of pages. Is the same link. You can go there and then check the checklist. A lot of the checklist, you already have actions that's already started from the government and from the travel industry, from what I can see. And then if we consistent way to delivery those that communication for the visitors, they will not take the trust back. And I believe everything that we want from the start of this relationship back is the trust in the first moment, because it's broken. It's not because of the destination itself, it's because of a global problem. So that's a thing that I can see that everyone is fighting together to get through it. And I just would like to put it some consistent in place that you guys can get hand on it. And I took a lot of information from the WTTC website, which they trying to make it a process, a global process to allow everyone to have one stamp on it. And then all the travelers can work on it. So the government in Lombok, I can see, is doing a great job, and the travel is very aware of what you're doing, guys. So my presentation is more giving some guidelines and a paperwork directions anyway. Is that right, Habibi? So
yes,
let's move on then.
Okay.
So
You can share your materials.
oh, do I share my screen then?
Yes, you can share the.
Okay, I'm gonna put some kind of presentation mode then. Share screen.
Mantap, Pak. Saya bisa, Pak. Sudah bisa, Pak.
What should I do?
You can share your presentation. Share screen.
I don't know if can you see it?
Oh yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so I will try to go quick, that I know that we have a short time frame, and I also I need to leave my office for a personal reason, so I don't know if I have battery enough to stick until the end, but I'm gonna be here until I die. Okay, so this is the volume that we have for the money that the travel and tourism regional performance in 2019 bring to the business. Just to give a big understanding about how much money our industry brings to the economy, which is huge, and then the big impact on it. So I'm learning how to tend that. So the vision here, we already spoke about it, is the stakeholders across travel and tourism have some same tools that we can get people on board and get the trust back, and then we're getting back the recovery in the business, but getting the right direction to have the right visitor as well. As we saw from the other presenters, we do have a need for crowd in some stage, but the way that we used to see the destination in the past is different than today's day. So the destination was focusing volume, the result in volume, financial result. But we do have a big impact in people's living at the destination if we don't have the right volume of drinkable water or cleaning, wasting, and then the waste liquid as well. So the infrastructure that the government invests the money to allow the visitors to come, sometimes it's higher than the value that they deliver to the country or the city, the destination. So that a lot of countries and a lot of destinations, they start to think about it and see how can you manage that to have a better average ticket, higher ticket of visitors, or the volume that can respect what you have that's more important for you, which is the local destination values and culture. So after COVID, we can see that this is the focus in between people, environment, and then from there, people is happier in their places. The environment is getting better because that's a benefit from the COVID-19 today. All the beauties that used to be beautiful 20 years ago, they're coming back to the same level that they were before because it's less visiting there. But we know we need to work with volume and this stage to get the economy back. So I'm trying to cover this quick to allow you guys to spend time in what's matter from this presentation. But what I would like to give you guys as a message is, it is up to the destination people and entitled to protect the experience because no one else will. And now we have a chance because we are in the lower visiting average in the area. So if we get the respect back, if we get the process back that allow us to look after the environment and also have a very good, enjoyable visitor, happy visitor in the area, I believe we're gonna attract a better value ticket visitor, which is gonna increase the results from the industry. So what I'm focusing my presentation today is to guide you through the industry best practice, which we already saw a lot of them coming from Atarixa. It's already approached by you guys, and to try to rebuild the trust and confidence with the travelers. So I divide these using a lot of knowledge from WWTC website. And the information that we need to be able to share with everyone is getting the operational and staff process ready and prepare to be able to handle all the doubts and all the uncertainty that we are traveling today. And also ensuring a safe experience with all the key points that Atarixa has comment in since that they arrive at the airport, since they go to the hotel, they get a cab, or they need to drive their own car. So all those industries within the travel industry, they need to be speaking the same language to give the visitor the trust and transparency that we need to have to be able to have more people coming and trusting the destination. Review the trust and implementation enabling the policies. Okay, to make this presentation very easy, I'm gonna approach the three topics, but if you wanna know more, we have a link that will be shared with you, and you can you can download to have your own checklist that you have item by item, that what I believe would be important for you to travel through to find the best way to manage that. So I believe when in the operation and staff preparation as attraction, restart the operation, they should ensure they can optimize operation quality and delivery, and have trained staff to prepare and execute the operational plans. So obtain license if necessary. They have the prevention and action plan and implementation protocol and guidelines. So you need to spend time with your staff. to get them in the right position in the health side to protect your people, but also to teach them how they can protect others. From attraction that should train all staff to prepare and execute on operational plans, I believe that creating, implementing staff protocol guidelines and operational, having a very clear avenue that's no such thing as a silly question, and involve them with the Q&As. This will help a lot of people to be able to protect the culture, the authenticity of the local services, and allow them to deliver the best results for the industry itself. And then provide the staff with the right tools, because if you train them and if you tell them what to do and how to do it, and you don't give them the tools, probably the execution will be not as good as it's supposed to be. And request that the key stakeholders, they have the same way to communicate, which we could see from the presenters before me, that you guys already started. You guys already have plans in place and you're already moving for that direction, which is beautiful. So we have the download checklist in there for who wants. It's the same link, all the pages, so don't be worried to believe that you lost something. So the second key point is ensuring a safe experience. It's everything based in cleanliness, hygiene, best practices, which we also approached beforehand. So in the presentation and in the checklist, you can see topic by topic and try to have a guidance that you can talk. We all can speak the same language. But I believe it was well said before me. So if you guys would like to know more about it, feel free to send me questions. But I believe you guys already on the right game, on the right path. Rebuild trust and confidence. This is where if you commit mistake, this could be a little bit tricky, because communication is about culture. And then when we talk about provide a clear, consistent, update information, needs to be a global way to deliver it, because every single person in a different culture understands the same phrase in a different way. And because we work in our industry, we need to understand that, and we need to understand when we put something in a paper, in our online or digital words, and in our local store, we need to have a common sense to understand that that phrase means the same thing in all different cultures. So have the right protocol will be something will save us a lot of time. And inform guests about support available at all time, not just when they ask you questions. The good thing about this stage is we need to take the responsibility on board that if something happens, we are touching a global problem. And if people cannot see that our place is clean from cold, this means that they're gonna be avoiding to come in our everything that we do to be able to be cold-free, and then people are gonna choose our destination rather than another one who has a problem. Promote contact tracing if existing and others. So make sure that the person who spend time in your revenue or going to do something with your in your destination, that you can register time and data they being there. Because if some cases arrive, you can allow the global community to show them that you have transparency, and you can track people in case they are one of the people that can just give it a bigger pain for us bringing COVID-19 towards our destination. That's nothing that would like to happen. So, and then implementing enabling policies. I believe the dear Minister of Tourism already approached that too, which is enhancing the destinations promotions to boost create incentives and provide to boost travel and tourism, provide financial relief. So all those things, I believe you guys checking all the boxes. So I'm very pleased to be able to be part of this presentation and see how much work you guys already have achieved. And I'm very excited for the future of Lombok as a destination, because you already have volume next door, which is Bali. So if you can get the best benefit and the highest average ticket to Lombok, you can educate people to take the most as a result for Lombok area. And I'm very pleased and glad to see that Atarixa is looking after the cleaning for Beberapa, which is a dear project in my heart that we have. So I would like to ask if you have the time for the questions now, or if you're gonna leave for this later, Habib, you tell me. And if anyone would like to enjoy any of my medias to ask any questions, please feel free. I'm heavily involved in the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel, and LinkedIn. Happy to share. Thanks for your attention, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Cesar. We have already two perspectives from different backgrounds. We have Pak Antarisa from government. We have Cesar from the professional. And now we would like to invite Ibu Marina Taye from the industry. So today we will have the very comprehensive talk for your time, Ibu Marina.
Thank you. Can I go ahead and share my screen?
Yes.
Yes, please. How can I get out mine? Stop sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, stop sharing.
Where am I?
Okay, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. So while I'm doing this, I just want to thank Pak Halus Mandala for the invitation and for your input at the beginning, and also for Caesar. It was an amazing presentation. And yeah, the WWTC checklist is wonderful. I'm currently using it to prepare for the Ombak hotels as well. But there is so much out there that we can reference, which is great. And I think a really good step towards preparing for the tourism industry under the new normal protocol. Which is what I'll be talking to you about today. Now, can everyone hear me? Ooh. Okay. So can everyone see that? Just to check, yeah? Okay, so the topic that I'll be covering today is preparedness. Yeah. Just a little bit of a lag. Anyway, without further ado, so the topic I'll be covering today is the preparedness of the tourism industry under the new normal protocol. Yeah. So just a little bit about who I am, a definition of new normal. Are we prepared, and how can we become prepared? And I think the previous two speakers covered a little bit about how we can become prepared. So I'll just add a little bit more to that. So who am I? I'm Marina Taye. I'm Balinese-born Australian Indonesian. So my father is from Makassar, my mother is from Australia, and currently, well, was living in Lombok. I'm the managing director of the Ombak Hotels. So we are a cluster of 3 hotels in the Gili Islands in Lombok. And I've worked in hospitality for over 15 years, about 11 years in the corporate side, about 9 years in service, and about 4.5 years in sales, so specializing in sales. And why did I go into hospitality? Well, my father does own the companies, but I went into hospitality because I love serving people, and I love seeing people when they're on holidays, discovering destinations and having new experiences as well. And so it's my love for that that got me in and kept me in, actually. So I'm going to start by defining new normal. And I've got some dictionary definitions here. So the word new, as per lexicon, which is a subdivision of Oxford, so it's not existing before, made, introduced, or discovered recently, or now for the first time, or already existing but seen, experienced, or acquired recently, or now for the first time. And the word normal is conforming to a standard, usual, typical, or expected. So for new normal, a previously unfamiliar or atypical situation that has become standard, usual, or expected. And when I have a look at this definition, the key word that comes to mind is change. So are we prepared? It's really not up to me to comment on are we prepared or not, but what I like to do is I like to have a look at the international, what everyone else is saying about Indonesia. And at the moment, it's looking a little bit scary. So Asian Times has commented recently on an article saying Indonesia's new normal, a disaster in the making. Daily Mail, Australia's biggest neighbour, maybe a coronavirus time bomb. World's peak health body worried Indonesia isn't doing enough to guard against disease. The Straits Times in Singapore, with policy flip-flops, new normal looks gloomy for Indonesia. Universitas Gadjah Mada as well, new normal protocol is not yet comprehensive. And ABC in Australia, Bali plans to reopen for tourism in July as frustration grows over Indonesia's COVID-19 response. And in the same article, it features a little bit about travel going on during Idul Fitri. So breaches of large-scale social restrictions, as well as a little bit about the Indonesia Terserah movement that the doctors and the medical professions going through. And it states that this is an expression of their disappointment over the government's half-hearted policy. Then more recently, a comment on Mataram itself, corpse snatching of COVID-19 patients still haunt Indonesia. So there's a link to all these articles if we want to have a look. Now, so for me, it looks like from what everyone's doing is we're preparing. We are starting to prepare really well. But in the eyes of the world, Indonesia as a country and subsequently its tourism industry is not yet prepared. So how can we prepare? Because it's not all doom and gloom. We still do have time to prepare. So firstly, education and knowledge. And Caesar, again, thank you so much for sharing that document. I think that's going to be really, really helpful for everybody. So let's learn as much as we can about the virus. Let's understand the virus, how to avoid infection, how to stop the spread, and be familiar with terminology. There's a lot of terminology that they're using overseas, like contact tracing, high touch points, that I'm just not hearing in Indonesia just yet. You know, I'm not even hearing translations of it. So once we start to know a bit more about the virus and become aware of the terminology that the rest of the world is using, I think they're going to be a little bit more confident as in trusting us as a destination. Reference reputable sources. So please have a look at WWTC, WHO. Also have a look at what other countries are telling their citizens, just so we can change how we're doing things as well, and also appeal to their expectations. So our main markets are Sweden, Netherlands, Italy, Australia. So I like to keep in touch with what the government are telling their people. So that's the next point. What do our guests know about the viruses, or future guests know about it? And also know that we are all responsible for stopping the spread, but also the transmission of the virus. So we can take a proactive, we can be proactive in stopping the spread as well, of course. I like to define, but also with definition, implementation as well. Kemenparekraf and Wonderful Indonesia have defined new normal as a change in behavior to perform normal activities coupled with implementing health protocols to prevent COVID-19. Now, this particular definition so far is focused on what the new normal is trying to achieve, but it doesn't define what is changing, how we're changing it, and how it will benefit us. However, we did receive some really good information that some documents are becoming ready and are now ready to be downloaded online for what, how, so what's changing, how, and the benefit as well. So that's great. And define and implement new normal concepts in various contexts as well, because not all of the how are going to apply to all contexts. From the property and industry side, so how can we prepare? We should be more process driven. So let's start creating new or change existing SOPs. Let's identify the old and define the new. Have a very clear training and implementation plan. And it might go as far as, unless your core staff, know the basics, they will not be allowed to come back to work. So we do need to be quite about this. Increase and tailor marketing activities. So know your market, know their future expectations, and know complementary markets as well. For example, our main market, our biggest market is Australia. And there among the Australian people, there are some images of other countries being not so clean. Now, if we start targeting all those markets first, we may run the risk of losing our main and loyal markets in the past. Let's try to appeal to new and changing travel motivations. So as explained before, you know, instead of crowded places that are Instagrammable and all this sort of stuff, people are looking for hygiene, that they're looking for wide open spaces, they're looking for private. And also things like video walkthroughs. So when you do make changes to your property, let's teach the guests, or let's explain to them visually what to expect. So when they get to us, they're not like, oh God, what's going on here? This is really different. So let's remove the ambiguity. And of course, keep up to date with international standards. Now, from the government side as well, again, they're doing a lot of great work at the moment. And, you know, it's fantastic actually to see everybody coming together and creating policies and things like this. So what we as industry need from them is for them to define the mandatory industry standards. And that then, of course, as the property, we can then decide to go further and beyond if we want to. Providing enforcement as well. And then providing support. So things like outbreak prevention and management. So what happens if we do find a guest or one of our staff member has a higher than normal temperature? Or what if they display the symptoms? Who can we call for support? And what's going to happen to our staff or guests after that? So, you know, it would be nice for industry to know so that we're aware. So policy changes also for financial and social support. And I believe that's being done now, which is fantastic. And again, marketing. So destination rebranding campaigns. So let's try and combat all that negative media we've just seen at the beginning of the presentation. Let's try and get the media involved and get destination rebranding campaigns to show a happier, healthier, and more safe Indonesia. And let's market specific campaigns based on new travel motivations as well. And also being careful when establishing travel bubbles with other countries. So make sure the countries that we create our first traveling routes with are those with low COVID counts and really strong policies. So we don't give a bad image to the rest of the world. And so what should we do? So hints and tips on preparation and implementation as well. So resources. I like to keep these on me at all times so I can have a look at what's happening. Singapore government agency websites, our main market is Singapore. I also have here clean protocol checklists for Singapore, so we know what that market is doing. The Netherlands, Australia, United Kingdom, there's a resource here for the European Commission, Spain, Switzerland, and America as well. We've got some new normal protocols here. So Fisher & Phillips is another consultancy firm like AHM, but I believe they're in the Netherlands. So they've got a back to business checklist. We've got Australian government checklists as well. We've got one from Hospitality Net. Michaels and Taylor is one of Europe's leading hotel management advisories, the American Hotel Lodging Association, and of course the WWTC and WHO there. And these links are available. I've sent them through to the Institute. And the change. So in terms of what to change and why, for me, I started off having a think of the impact on our guest. So I started with guest stay life cycle, everything from transport to the hotel, to the check-in procedure, room cleaning, breakfast, dining and activities, checkout, and transport out. And I listed everything that was old, everything that was normal, and why we were going to change it. Now, the lists I have are very comprehensive, and I know now the government has released one of their own. So then I can just sort of, I can cut out the things that are not needed, or keep them in, depending on what our future guests want. So breaking news. So yesterday, actually, after I did the presentation, I received the panduan from Kemenparekraf, and I was very, very impressed. This is a 52-page document for restaurants and rumah makan, and it does outline everything that was old and the new things as well that we should be doing. I believe that this needs more exposure, actually, because this shows Indonesia and the massive leap that we've taken to preparing for the new normal. So it is very comprehensive. And know what's going on as well. So keep speaking to others in the industry, share your ideas, but also be open to receiving new information. Every day it seems like situations are changing. Every day policies are changing, borders are changing, restrictions and SOPs for moving into country are changing. So we do need to keep up to date with that. Join government social media pages and keep up to date with the latest international news as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. It's very wonderful presentation, and we are very happy to have Ibu Marina Taye from Bali. You spare your time for us. Thank you.
Well,
So
very
we have
good. Very, very good.
Thank you for the opportunity.
have already 3 perspectives. We still want more, and now we have Ibu Prof. Bet. Ibu Prof.
Yes.
Time is yours now from Manado.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Let me share my slide, please.
Silakan.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Morning.
Pak. Thank you, Pak Ketua STP Mataram, for having me here, inviting me to speak here. My title is about enhancing and strengthening sustainable tourism under new normal. Actually, it's very easy to understand from this title, because what we know about a new normal give us limitation to develop, to move, and so on and so forth. COVID-19 and sustainable tourism, what is it about? COVID-19 has been a shock to the tourism system. We believe, everybody believes that. Responsible and sustainable tourism becomes even more important in the post-COVID-19 era. We hope that will happen. Sustainable tourism become a choice for tourism development in the new normal era after the COVID-19 pandemic. Travel experiences will look different in the future, and tourism industry are in line with the health protocol policy, which is supported by readiness in tourist destination areas, as a previous presenter has talked about that a lot. So we all agree that COVID-19 actually gives us opportunity to enhance and to strengthen the sustainable tourism principle. So the question is, how sustainable tourism under new normal? When we see the 4 aspects of sustainable tourism principle, we have to sustain in culture, economy, society, and environment. So when we see this, probably we are not going to agree about economy point of view during the new normal, because everybody said the economy downturn, but we actually can sustain the environment and the culture. We'll see how this happen during the new normal. Sustainable tourism under new normal, we have to say no to mass tourism, as a previous from Kemenpar said about mass tourism. And we have to be going local, very local, eco-conscious travelers, and volunteer vacation. So when we see this, everything is changed actually. Not actually changed. We have already experienced the same thing, but now we are asked to more concerned about that. We have to prefer open space and nature based, more on wellness activities and so on. And from, because I'm academic, when we study about the theory of ecotourism, actually COVID-19 has asked asked to be back to ecotourism principle, uh, all limit and small. For example, small group of visitor. Last time we prefer industry also actually profit oriented. They focus on large group of visitor, but now COVID-19 make us to more concerned on small group of visitor, eco marketing, high price with purpose of filtering the market. So not everybody are free to enter the destination. There are so many rules and regulations, and also little impact on the natural environment, limited possibility of control, and so on and so forth. Because this is actually from theoretical basic background, those are ecotourism principles that we have to apply. We have to apply more seriously during COVID-19. More eco-conscious travel that I have mentioned about. Yeah, everybody knows back what you want, what you need. Bring a reusable water bottle. Say no to chores. Treat hotels like home or stay at home share. Eat and shop local. As my picture on the right talk about. Going local, people are going to discover places close by that have been ignored so far. So now local tourism are asking more during the pandemic. Local tourism and even hyper local tourism. Uh, we can see on my picture attached. Rural tourism development. So now people are moving to the rural, not to urban, because they want they want to prefer to have an open space and free area like that, and we can find them in in rural areas. A volunteer vacation growing because we are asked to closer to local people. So we have travelers now asked to go closer to local people to do volunteer activities during their travel. And also more wellness tourism. Why? Because we escape from the crowded area. So more wellness tourism will be emphasized, and everybody knows for wellness tourism is more expensive than general tourism. So I think this COVID-19 under new normal give us more opportunities, more chance to explore wellness tourism that we can find in Indonesia a lot. This is actually the example of how pandemic has led people in the Philippines doing their very simple job to offer experience to visitor to the area. This is the example in Bali as tourism destination. They all focus on nature and culture. Accommodation arrangement in Sanur, Bali. This one is I just copied from my friend, send me a picture, and we can see how tourism industry work together, work hard to provide their facilities used for under new normal. And future they are actually future trends in travel and tourism post COVID-19 according to Asian Ecotourism Network. Uh, if we see all these numbers, uh, they prefer less group traffic that I have already shown in my presentation, smaller group. So means that we have to go to ecotourism principle or sustainable tourism principle. That's why my title uh, like stated that uh, sustainable enhancing sustainable tourism and strengthening sustainable tourism under new normal. This is also future trend more focused on wellness, gay, increase of domestic tourism, uh, and then the highlight of my presentation. I'm sorry, I'm running very fast because I was asked only 10 minutes. The highlights, although not everything depends on tourism, but tourism depends on almost everything. Sustainable tourism is about refocusing and adapting under new normal. So I'm still optimistic. I'm still optimistic that tourism in Indonesia, in the world, will be developed, but we are changed already. Not like before, like our market target, not mass tourism, but small scale tourism. A balance must be found between limits and usage so that continues changing. Economic, social, and environmental aspect of sustainable tourism must include the interests of all stakeholders, including indigenous people, local communities, visitors, industry, and academic and government. And also from us, from scientific point of view, we are working together with our stakeholders, with the government, especially doing our research to see how to improve aspect of government, economic, social, cultural, and environmental aspect to improve tourism. In this case, of course, we are going to face the competitiveness and also reputation and public trust and the value of sustainable tourism resources. My recommendation, increasing product diversification. So I think industry or tourist destination will work harder to increase their product diversification, adjust or adapt to situation and condition of under new normal. Tourism services meets the needs of tourism behavior. Tourist behavior now are changed. They are more likely to concern about sanitation and hygiene, and also increase the strength of local wisdom, which becomes a unique selling point of a region. I think in Indonesia, every region, every destination has their own unique selling point. Going local or even hyper local tourism. Citizens before visitors. So we have to focus to the citizen, not citizen first, not visitor first. And also because of sustainable tourism has a high value market, I think we are going to have higher value but low impact. Yeah, thank you. That's my presentation. Thank you, Pak Habibi.
Thank you, Ibu Beth. Ibu Prof, it's
Hello.
very wonderful presentation. It's very, it's very different from others, which you already talk about a very going local wisdom and eco-friendly. And it's different
So
perspectives.
I spent my time 10 minutes, right?
That's cool, Ibu. Okay, thank you, Ibu, again for
Okay.
your
Thank you.
Yeah, we have already 4 perspectives, and of course, it's not complete if we have no places to lesson to be learned. And one of the best countries to apply this condition and face against COVID-19 is in Taiwan. So, Ching Cheng, Prof. Nico, this is your time for presentation, and we would love to hear more from you.
Yes, thank you, Habibi. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, it's okay? It's okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you so much. Yeah, could you prepare my slide?
Okay, so I will share for us.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm Nico Ni. Yeah, I come from Taiwan. Yeah, you know I not come from Thailand. Yeah, because Taiwan is a small island. Yeah, close to the mainland China. So today I am so honored I can introduce my home country. Yeah, I'm sorry, I need to skip the Lombok, skip Indonesia, and skip detail Portaco. Yeah, because just Caesar and Marina, you talk so good. Yeah, so I will guide you to see something. Yeah. This case is about Taiwan's case and Taiwan's new normal. Yeah, during these times. Yeah. So actually, I modify my title. My topic. I add the after first peak. Why? Yeah, because everybody knows. Yeah, when the COVID-19 be over. Yeah, I think the answer would be nobody knows. But in Taiwan, yeah, we passed the first peak. Yeah, so I will talk to you. Yeah, during this time, maybe after the first peak, what happened? What happened in Taiwan? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the next, Habibi.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, just I know, yeah, most of people focus about the hygiene, yeah, about the sanitation, and how to offer the clean tourism environment. But yeah, I will offer the big scale and the big perspective for you. Yeah, actually, what process for a recovery or the restart after COVID-19 in Taiwan? Yeah, sure. Next. Yeah, it's not bottom up. Yeah, of course, everybody know it's top down path. And also, next. Yeah, you can see maybe it's a kind of a supply demand path. Yeah, means yeah, initiate the supply. So I will talk to you the Taiwan case. Yeah, I will talk to the 4 stakeholders on tourism. Yeah, including the public sectors, private sectors. Just I mentioned about, yeah, the public sectors would be the initiate the sector. Yeah, so the public sector, private sector, visitors, and the destination. Yeah, sometimes we can call is a local environment. Yeah, next. Yeah, what happened in Taiwan? Yeah, I know many countries. Yeah, we do something. We do the following the measurement. Yeah, including the Taiwan. Yeah, so you can see the public sectors. Yeah, they offer the stimulus voucher program to boost the tourism industry. Yeah, I know some country send the cash to the people, but in Taiwan, we offer the stimulus voucher program. Yeah, because we hope we can promote the people's to consumption to purchase. And also, yeah, you know, yeah, they offer the travel subsidy by the government because you know the public sector like a locomotive. Yeah, because they guide the private and the visit to go. Yeah, so it's like a train. We need a locomotive. Yeah, so who will do the subsidy? Of course, government. Yeah, so governments do something, yeah, to improve and to enhance the tourism industry. Yeah, and I will say, yeah, in Taiwan, because maybe many people knows, Taiwan has the high technique. So we using the big data for the population flow along. Means we can use the APP. Yeah, and we can check the APP. We can know what attraction, what destination the population is. Yeah, so if this attraction is crowded with people, yeah, we can check APP, and yeah, and we can, and we will say no. Yeah, I would not go there. Yeah, so yeah, the public sector offer the device or the checking device by the APP to the people and to know what's the update and the new information, yeah, for our country. And also, you know, we announced the new life movement. Yeah, you know, you need to habitate to wear the mask and keep the social distance. But right now, yeah, you know, just I see the first presenter, yeah, still wear the mask. But in Taiwan, most of the people, yeah, remove the mask right now, because right now we just have a low confirmed cases in of the COVID-19. Yeah, so but it's still announced, yeah, in the future, the regular time, yeah, I hope the government hope you can wear the mask and keep the social distance. Yes, and it's about the stakeholder, the public sector. Next. Yeah, the next is private sector. Yeah, everybody knows the private sector lose much money among the COVID-19 infection. Yeah, so even after the first peak, actually they cannot make the much money, and they cannot more money. They can make the more money. Why? Because right now maybe is a value of the COVID-19, and it's keep in unstable situation. Yeah, so they are not happy, and they offer the promotion. Yeah, so you can see they offer the free ticket in the theme park, even for the teenagers, not only the children. Yeah, because I hope I can attract you and visit our park, our attraction. Yeah, it's their first job, and yeah, you know, discounted price and the bonus for the purchase. Yeah, they will do, and it's so interesting. Yeah, in the travel agency. Yeah, you know, right now until now so far, Taiwan. Yeah, Taiwan is limited. Yeah, it's limited to the foreigner visiting. Yeah, so actually right now the Taiwan is remoted to the global village. So the travel agency, what they will do? They think they need to make the transformation. Yeah, they transfer their business from the international market into domestic tour target, because they need to survive. Everybody knows. Yeah, because there are many employees in their travel agency. So they transfer many labor to the domestic the target. Yeah, so yes, it's so interesting. Yeah, they need to change. Yeah, and the third one is the implication and application from the on-the-job training, because during the COVID-19 time, they take the advanced courses for tourism, so they can use the advanced knowledge and advanced skill to make the service for the people. So everybody knows, yes, the private sector would get the biggest financial loss among the four stakeholders. Yeah, so it's about the private sector. Yeah, next. The next is about the visitor. Yeah, I will show you the interesting visitors in Taiwan. Yeah, you can see they take the two kind of tourists. The first one is revenge. What's the revenge tours? Revenge tour is operated as visiting more frequency, because yeah, during the COVID-19 time, yeah, they cannot go out, so they need to compensate. Yeah, so they go out more and high intensity, and because during that time they cannot spend the money, so they can enjoy the higher service quality, but they don't need consuming more money, because just I mentioned the private sector, yeah, offer the good promotion and the discount price, yeah, so they can get the high quality service, but they don't need to more, they need to pay more, yeah, so it's very interesting, yeah, so yeah, so why we call the rabbit, because they visit a lot in the valley of the COVID-19, and we cannot go outside and go abroad, so we create a pretend to go abroad tour. What I mean, what is the most creative travel package? Because they land into the domestic small island. So you need to take flight. Yes. So it allowed the tourists to experience the feeling of the check-in and the security check, and the duty-free shopping and the boarding flight. Yes, pretend to go abroad. Right now, it's very popular in Taiwan. Yeah. So it's a visit. And the next, the last stakeholder is about the destination or the local environment. Yeah, everybody know, because yeah, it's crowded with people. Yeah, it make the explosive social visit. Yeah, and maybe they can make the money for the short time, for short term. Yeah, but it also make the intensive the nature impact. Yeah, so I know it's including the positive impact and the negative impact. Yeah, it happened in Taiwan. Next page. Yeah, what's my main purpose to share you why Taiwan should recover from the first peak of COVID-19 soon. Yeah, just I mentioned, right now, we actually, yeah, we need to wear the mask in the regular time. But right now, the regular time, yeah, we don't wear the mask. Yeah, because it's hard to breathe. Yeah, but why we can recover soon? Next page. Yeah, so I found I used the resilience theory from and related to the COVID-19 epidemic. So I used the dimensions of social capital and economic capital. Yeah. So yeah, how to explain Taiwan's case right now? Yeah, I found maybe we can adopt the HDI, the Human Development Index. What does it mean? Yeah, because it is a simple index and easy to get and easy to understand it. And maybe it could be the reference for the all the country all over the world. Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, HDI by combining the measurement of the life expectancy. Yeah, the life expectancy maybe imply the public healthy, and maybe it would be related to the medication quality. Yes. So the second is combined with the education. Yeah, education maybe will refer to the civilization or the technology, yeah, in a country or in a place. Yeah, of course, yeah, this index we included the per capita incomes, like the PPP. Like PPP means the purchasing power parity. Yeah, the point is purchasing ability. Yeah, so what I mean? Yeah, so I will show you. Yeah, you can see the map. The map that we can have the full label. Yeah, yeah, we can see maybe the dark green is the very high, is very good, the label, and maybe the light green is high, and medium and low. Okay, so next, yeah, we compare with our guest countries. Yeah, in this webinar. Yeah, yeah, because it is the newest is update the information for the HDI all over the world. Yeah, you can see the number one place is Norway. Yeah, the number is about the 0.9, 0.95. Okay, and Australia, yeah, is very good country. Yeah, and it's placed the 6th place. And in the United States, American is located around the 15th place. Yeah, and my home country is Taiwan, is around the 22. The 4th of them, yeah, are above the 0.9. Yeah, so it's a very high human development. And I know, yeah, maybe Indonesia, yeah, right now, yeah, because you can make a big progress in the future. Right now is the high human development and located in the 111 place, and the number is around the 0.7. So yes, I know, yeah, including the Australia, Norway, and Taiwan. Maybe right now is the valley of the COVID-19. Yes. So you can explain why Taiwan recover soon. But next, why just I did not mention the United States. Yeah, actually, yeah, United States, yeah, has a good priority of the ranking. Yes, but next, you can see right now the confirmed cases in United States around 3.37 million, and what's the death case is around 0.13 million. But in Taiwan, we just have less 500 cases, and we just less 10 people died. So what's my point? I think maybe we have the same HDI or the similar HDI value, but in Taiwan, we have the sense of worry or the sense of the hardship. What it means, you know, Taiwan had occupied by the Dutch, by the Spanish, by the Japan, and right now we keep the special relationship between the Taiwan and the mainland China, you know. So we always keep the sense of worries. So we keep safe, and we hope we can stable in Taiwan. So because of a sense of worry, even everybody knows the COVID origin from the mainland China. Taiwan is so close to the mainland China, but we just have so few cases. What do you mean? in addition to the HDI, and I thought maybe the sense of worries is very important. So what's the conclusion? Thank you so much, your patience. Yeah. My conclusion, what's the resilience from the COVID-19? I think maybe it's HDI plus the sense of worry. Yeah, and they keep in direct proportion. It means if you want to keep the high resilience, yeah, maybe you need to get the high HDI and the high sense of worries. However, thank you so much. Thank you so you are listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I have heard two words that really make us very interesting. The first word is revenge, and the second is to pretend to go abroad. I will try it soon, Prof. Nico.
Again, I'm sorry, I cannot follow. Yeah, could you repeat your question again? I'm sorry.
No, not a question, but it's very interesting words you gave us today. The first is revenge, and the second, yeah, the second one, second term is to pretend to go.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
thank you.
And I will try
actually, yeah, you know, I translate by Mandarin. Yeah, because I know maybe this situation, it is not happened the other countries.
Yeah.
But in Taiwan, yeah, I mean, like why we call the revenge because we tolerate for a long time and not go out, and maybe we will do, maybe you can say it's a compensation. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's I think it's similar of the compensation. Yeah, everybody know the compensation theory. Yeah, because yeah, just in the past you did less. Right now I will do more. Yeah, so maybe yeah you can say it's compensation tool, but I translate by into from our Mandarin. Yeah, so it's my first expression. And the second question is about the pretend. Yeah, you know, everybody knows Indonesia is the island countries. Yeah. Actually you can make the island tour in Indonesia and not going outside, going abroad. Yeah, so because in the same country we have the same COVID policy, right? So I mean, yeah, in Taiwan, the mainland Taiwan island and the small island around the Taiwan, they have the same policy to the COVID prevention. Yeah, so they cannot go abroad and they cannot to be an overseas tourist. So they hope they can take a flight, take an airplane. Yes. Yeah, I know in Indonesia it's a normal phenomenon. But in Taiwan, most of people live in mainland Taiwan island, like the Australia. Yeah, right. So most of people live the main island. So how to do? So they can take the flight to the small island. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prof. Nico. Okay, we have already 5 presentation. It's very wonderful. That were really wonderful one. And now we will let the participants to give a questions or maybe some information. At first, we will have 2 participants to talk and to give some information. The first is from Ibu Sally Veronica. She is from Monitoring Center for Sustainable Tourism Observatory, University of Sumatra Utara, North Sumatra. Oh, long way. So Ibu Sally Veronica, your time now for 3 minutes question.
Okay, thank you. Everyone can hear me. Assalamualaikum. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the change, Mr. Habibi. And now I would like to ask for all of the presenter. One of the main idea that sound from some presenter is about hygiene quality, like what Mr. Antariksa said for the first time. Like we already changed from the budget tourism, from the lower price, we find the hygiene, we find the clean health and safety tourism. In this case, from the GHS tourism, we will reduce the capacity of the visitor in our destination, and also it will impact the price of the tourism. It will increase the price of the tourism. Meanwhile, we know in Indonesia, most of kind of Indonesia tourism is about low budget tourism. And my question is how can we adjust the new normal with the higher price to our low budget tourism? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Sally from Sumatera Utara, from North Sumatra. I think because the question is for all the presenters, maybe I think you can have you can give some perspective first. So at first, maybe Ibu Prof. Ben, you can give some answer.
Okay, Ibu Selfie, yeah, from Medan, ya.
From Sumatera Utara, Bu. Ibu
Okay,
Sally.
Sumatera Utara. Thank you for your question. Your question is about how to increase tourists. While we know already that Indonesia has a lot of low budget tourists, right? How tourism. So how we can maintain or increase the market while we know that now the tourism in Indonesia will be quite limited, developed, and so will be probably more expensive than before. So how to serve the low budget tourists? Um, in my opinion, that's what I have already presented in my presentation about we have to go, we have to be back to the principle of ecotourism. Actually, ecotourism is based on local people, right? And they should stay in a local accommodation. They will be offered local food, local shopping, local souvenir, like that. So I don't think that the budget tourists will not cannot afford these things. So the way we think, I think we have to change not more on like the quantity, but the quality we offer, especially for experiences we offer as a tourist destination. At the tourist destination, I mean, and I don't think we should worry about the low budget tourists because they can, I think they can move, they can just go, but they protect themselves. Everybody are now very concerned about the safety, the cleanliness. They bring their own, I think. So if we talk about the price at destination, I don't think all destination will offer a high price, I think. Thank you.
Yeah, Ibu, I think Ibu Marina Taib have already also have a perspective on it. For Ibu Marina.
Thank you. Yep, Professor Bet, I agree entirely. I think in the past, Indonesia has tried to put a big target on mass tourism. And to target mass tourism, we do have to undercut, we do have to drop prices. we are now in the era of defining what normal is, what's new. And I think this is a really nice opportunity to define new prices as well and new pricing points. So as well as outlining the changes in operations and experiences for the customer, we can also couple that with an expected price change. So then they know, they can no longer get a hotel room at 200,000 a night, but now they must spend over 500. So let's start off strong and let's start off. So once we open up into the international tourism, let's start off by coming in at a pricing point that is not going to shoot us in the foot, essentially. But within domestic tourism itself, I think that there is an opportunity to still have a budget accommodation before, more strict guidelines start being implemented. How long that will be, though, I don't know. So yeah, thank you. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you, Bu Marina. Now maybe Prof. Nico, do you have a suggestion for the questions? Prof. Nico? Oh, okay. So thank you. So I passed it to another question. Let me read the question from the chatting. It's a very good question from Shu Young. He asked about, I have a humble question for the panelists. I think this one is very fit to Ibu Marina again. Do you think there will be booming of solo traveling post-COVID-19 with the introducing of social distancing and people used to live that way? Okay, the question is, do you think there will be booming of solo traveling post-COVID-19? Okay, with the introduction, with the introducing of the social distancing and people used to live with that way.
Yeah, I think there will be a boom in solo traveling or traveling in small traveling groups. So even though it's not solo, it might just be a family traveling together or very, very close friends traveling together. So yeah, definitely there's going to be a shift from mass group travel to solo or very, very small group travel.
Okay. Okay, maybe Prof. Nico, do you have a suggestion for this question? You answer it.
I know, yeah. For most of people, we promote the sustainable tourism. Okay. But don't forget, most of tourists are belonging to the mass tourism right now all over the world. So I mean, yeah. So maybe I put the word to reply her question. Yeah, maybe for a short term. Yeah, maybe the solo traveling, maybe one person traveling, that could be happen. But for long term, because most of the tourists love get together with their friends, with their companies. Yeah, so I think, yeah, it's not meet most tourist demand. So I mean, maybe in this short term, yeah, it would be popular for the solo traveling because you can reduce the infection of the COVID-19. But for a long time, yeah, we can encounter the COVID-19 for human beings. So I mean, maybe okay, we will recover the maybe mass tourism or the family tourism. Yeah, in the future. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Nico. Yeah, you have very good view of it, of the solo traveling. Now we have a question from Sekolah Tinggi Pariwisata Mataram, our college, Pak Dr. Muhammad Jumail, for your time to ask 3 minutes for questions, Prof. Doctor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bibi. To all presenters, how could we reopen destination under COVID-19? Lesson learned from Europe Union that they have been collaborating each other to reopen since June throughout the Schengen countries. So Indonesia and Taiwan and Australia maybe make something collaboration like travel bubbles or something. So what is your suggestion or your idea to share for us between among three countries? Thank you.
Jumail, and I will also add some question before you answer the question, because I have a very good question for Professor Nico from Ibu Lia Rosida. She was asking about what is the indicator of the sense of worries. What is the indicator of sense of worries and the hardship one? So you can answer it later. Now I will proceed the time for Ibu Prof. Beta. I think the question of Pak Jumail is more in your expertise, Ibu Prof.
Okay, thank you for question, Pak John Muhammad. I understand that you are talking about bubble travel. Yes, a bubble travel can be successful if one or more countries have their very strong commitment to show the people, the visitors, where they should go within the country. Like I know that Indonesia will work together with Japan or South Korea, I think, and Australia to develop this bubble travel. Yes, bubble travel. But I don't think that it's easy to do because we have to be concerned, highly concerned about the health, sanitation, things like that. Like in Indonesia, for example, who can be sure that the visitors are safe enough to enter the destination? Because we need the statement from the government, for example, and work together with the industry, for example, that this place or this destination is safe enough to go. So we still need the idea of travel bubble is very good, but we still need regulation, rules and regulation, how to implement the bubble travel ideas, I think. But I support the ideas is there, but we need to have a very strong commitment between the countries who develop this bubble travel. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Prof. I think it is a very comprehensive answer from Ibu. Now, Prof. Nico, this is
Yes. Okay.
I'm also wondering, what is the interest of the worry?
Yes. Okay.
Times is your...
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's an abstract concept. Yeah, because it's worry is you cannot see, right? But yeah. We can try to be physical. Why? Actually, yeah. What's the indicator? Maybe the first one maybe is about the political situations. Why? Because everybody knows. Yeah, if you stay in an unstable political stance, yeah, you will be worried every day. Maybe, yeah, you not get nervous, but you will worry. And the second, maybe you can see about golden deposit, gold deposit. You know, because let me take an example. Yeah. So you know, many American, they don't put a deposit in the bank because they encourage they can consume, they can buy. But for many Taiwanese people, they need to deposit the money, the gold, because they don't know which day they need to move.
Okay.
Yeah, because in Taiwan, we damage at the World War II. Yeah, so in the recent age, yeah, we feel unstable. So the third one is about maybe the mental image. Yeah, you know, yeah, maybe, yeah, I feel not, I feel, yeah, I can say, yeah, you know, some of the Taiwanese people hope can be American. Why? Because most Taiwanese people think, oh, United States is so great, it's so stable, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe it's a kind of a mental image. Yeah. So maybe I cannot take the detailed example for you, but I think it could be developed the indicator to measure the sense of worries. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Nico. And we already have participants from Lombok. His name is Yogi. He is one of the activists for tourism in Lombok. He developed the platform for promotion, the application called Islanta, the my island, our island. These questions or suggestions may be more to Ibu Marina Taib. So I would love to hear from Yogi directly. What is your question and suggestion? For Yogi, your time is 3 minutes.
Oh, well, thank you very much for this great opportunity. And I'd like to introduce the outdoor activity that we are organizing nowadays for developing the tourism under COVID-19 in the southern part of Rinjani Mountains, especially in the field trip 3 of Geovac. We all destinations open the camping ground nowadays based on the millennials trend that they are likely to do a camping ground rather than looking for a hotel in the metropolitan base. So now we are having difficult in dealing with the number of millennial tourists that they are dominated in the one part of hiking in southern Rinjani. So this might centralize the visitors in one place. So we open up in 5 hiking destinations. Meanwhile, the distributions of visitors cannot be prevented. So that's why maybe there's some suggestions that how we regulate the visitors and the carrying capacity of uh, to do hiking in Rinjani Mountain, especially in the hills, yeah, not the mountain, the foot of Rinjani Mountain. So the outdoor activity nowadays are organized separately with not really strict of COVID protocol. So I mean, do we have to give the visitors free space after they have already checked with the thermopad and also disinfectant and sanitizer? Is it enough? because we feel that in the camping ground, at least the visitors are healthier and they are more space to do some activities, and they are not centralized in their campsite. So and also the visitors are only locals in the area of West Nusa Tenggara. In this case, do we need to apply the global protocol of COVID? Yes, thank you very much, Pak Habib.
Thank you. Thank you, Pak Yogi from Lombok. A very strict question. I think this is very good for Ibu Marina Tayyip as an industrious perspective. I think Ibu Marina maybe can help us in the Lombok how do we distribute the visitors, even if not in the hotels, but this is also destination. So please help us. And second question is for Ibu Prof. Bed. Ibu, this is a very strict to you. The question from Jaini Purnawan. The question for Prof. Bed. According to you, can be ecotourism attracted many visitors, as we know that the visitors comes from different providers. It's on purpose to do traveling. How we handle with this, Ibu Prof. So because our time is only 20 minutes left before the closing statement from Bapak Dr. Harus Mandala, I need first from Ibu Marina Tayyip to answer the questions, also to give some closing statement for this webinar. For Ibu Marina Tayyip, your time.
All right. So for Pak Yogi to answer your final question, which is, do the Lombok locals need to adhere to the new normal concept? Absolutely, yes. We all do, actually. So we all need to take responsibility and we all need to adopt those new protocols because at the moment, the rest of the world is seeing that we're not. And that is something that we need to change. So yes, it starts with us. So we all need to take responsibility, whether it's the locals or guests, everybody needs to be doing the same thing and following the same rules. In terms of restricting the people going to one destination, at this point in time, I don't think the government has released any official documentation about how to go about implementing the new normal protocols in wildlife parks and also in pusat wisata. Yeah. So at the moment, I think you can probably just do what you want. But when they do, the government may come up with a licensing system, perhaps. So only certain tour operators or tour guides can go up and take guests at certain times, or they might have a restriction. So for example, in Peru, in Machu Picchu, they had a problem with keeping the destination because tourism was actually ruining this sacred site. So the government had to put a restriction on how many people could go up per day. Now, this is not ruining a site, but this is to do with our social distancing. So the government may come up with social distancing guidelines as to how many people can go up per day and where and tour guide or tour operator should be. And they might have a licensing system as well. At this stage, I don't know, because everyone is working behind the scenes to make new policies and procedures. So I guess we just have to wait to start with. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Marina Tayyip, for your wonderful answer to the questions. And now, Ibu Prof. That time is yours, Ibu.
Yeah.
Also, the closing statement.
Yeah. For Pak Ibu or Bapak Jaini. Ibu ya. Ibu Jaini question can be ecotourist attraction can serve visitors with multi-purposes travel. I think so, because it's all about visitor management. Like Yogi question, I think I know Yogi, right? Yogi question is about how if we have to apply the protocol, the international protocol of COVID-19. I think it's all about visitor management. If you are an operator, you have to be strict enough to apply those protocols. Yeah, because later, if you do wrong thing, you will be blamed. And also the question about ecotourism. Yes, ecotourism is a small scale, small group. But if visitor manager, for example, do the regulation, establish regulation like a timing, time schedule, or also the clustering people where they go, where they should stand up, where they should wait. I think if the manager or visitor management, like a management of destination, they apply rules and regulation, it will be all right. So ecotourism doesn't mean limit people. Yes, you limit the number one style, and also you have to apply the carrying capacity. You are not allowed to overload, not based on carrying capacity. So I think if visitor management is right, all will be right too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Prof. Bet. And now, Prof. Nico, do you have a closing statement? Okay, thank you, Prof. Nico. We lost Prof. Cesar. He was just incidentally gone, but he was saying that any question that will that addressed to him will be answered by email, and then the question for him will be sent from me to him later on. And now Pak Dr. Halus Mandala, Ketua STP Sekolah Tinggi Pariwisata Mataram, untuk memberikan sedikit closing statement untuk kita menjadi acuan kita untuk kedepannya. Untuk waktu kami persilahkan.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Baby. Saya ingin menyampaikan terima kasih kepada khususnya Prof. Bet yang telah memberikan kontribusi yang luar biasa. Kemudian Mrs. Marinata ya, yang juga telah bersemangat memberikan kontribusinya. Dan Prof. Chen Cheng yang luar biasa penampilan hari ini.
Ya.
Dan tidak kalah Pak Habibie.
Terima kasih Pak.
Dan yang paling penting buat saya adalah webinar kali ini sangat produktif dan memberikan gambaran yang luar biasa buat kami untuk bisa menata hidup yang lebih baik di masa COVID-19 dan seterusnya dalam mengembangkan pariwisata di tempat masing-masing. Dan kami di STP Mataram telah menerapkan pariwisata atau sustainable tourism. Kami membuat konsep demikian dan saya kira ini hal yang sangat bagus untuk bisa kami terapkan. Begitu juga saya terima kasih kepada semua partisipan yang tidak bisa saya sebutkan satu persatu seperti Mas Yogi, Mr. Jumael, dan teman-teman yang lain yang juga telah memberikan kontribusi. Baik, semoga hasil dari webinar kali ini cukup memberi manfaat bagi pengembangan pariwisata kita ke depan. Dan semoga pariwisata ke depan kita bisa tangguh dalam menghadapi COVID-19. Sekian, terima kasih. Mohon maaf bila mana dalam penyelenggaraan webinar ini kurang memberikan kepuasan kepada para narasumber khususnya dan para pemirsa. Sekali lagi kami atas nama pimpinan STP Mataram mengucapkan permohonan maaf dan terima kasih atas segala partisipasinya. Sekian, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bapak Dr. Halus Mandala. I would like to give some great thank you for the great opportunities, great presentations today for Ibu Prof. Bet, Prof. Ibu Marina Tayeb, Prof. Nico, and also Cesar, and also Pak Antariksa that will join us until the end of this webinar. Let me conclude some presentation and questions. That now we are in the new trend of the tourism. So we need to have guidance, and then we have to develop the guidance. And also from Ibu Marina Tayeb, we have to prepare everything like attraction to industries, hotels, and another another tourism site. So we from Ibu Prof Bet, we need to go locals to love our environment, be close to the community, so we can have the resilient tourism in the future. And then from Prof Nicole, we need stakeholders guidance to the new life movement. I would like to have the world's revenge to COVID-19, and also we need to pretend, to go abroad, even to go to small islands in Lombok. So from Pak Halus, we need a partnership, we need collaboration, and then to develop the sustainable tourism now and in the future. So for all the participants, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention on this webinar. I cannot address all your questions to the presenters, but I think it's also, we have already had the very comprehensive webinar today. And your e-certificate and materials will be sent to your email as soon as everything is already finished. So thank you again for your participations. We would like to say thank you and bye-bye. Bye-bye. We hope we can meet you one day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.